So today we will take up something practical, what we can see about Chitta, ayatana, all that. Can we see in a very practical sense? Okay. When I say practical, it should be real practical. So let's take an example, which is happening near my home, that there is neighbors on the left hand side and they are aged. So the lady there keeps on peeping and seeing all the time because her bedroom is near where we actually sit. So any sound coming from that, from our house, draws her attention. Okay. Now, if we see the chitta of hers, the chitta, I'm talking about chitta, is shaky, kampana. So the ayatanas are picking up something from sight, sound, taste, touch, smell. But the main thing is the mind. Her mind says that they are making noise. You might not be making any noise, but in her mind, there is noise. So what she does, she peeps and sees. Now, if somebody is in the corridor in our house and if they talk, she gets upset. Now the dosa or the dvesha has come into the chitta. Clear? And the ayatana has dukkha. So the dvesha has come. The dukkha has not come into the chitta. There is no dukkha in the chitta. There is only dvesha in the chitta because of the dukkha. Because her sota ayatana is feeling something is wrong. So the mana ayatana wants to fight it. Okay. And fight it, and it makes us the enemy. Because that is where it is coming. So now avera has replaced with vera, enmity. And then she's feeling upset. And it comes to a stage of very sight of us makes her upset. Not that we have to speak. Because the moment she sees her old memories come that these people talk. They make noise. They make this, they make that. It might be perceived, but that's exactly what the problem is. Perceive. It's perception where everything resides. You're perceiving wife, or you're perceiving husband, you're perceiving brother, you're perceiving sister, you're perceiving everything, right? So there's no difference in that perception. The same perception. And that perception, which is there in the ayatana, gives raga, dvesha, moha in the chitta. Clear? So, this is the fourth session we finished. So, she's worked up. So, every time she sees many people coming there, her eyes just gets there. Her ears are always towards that window of ours. Now, looking at the state of her husband, he doesn't know what to do. So he keeps on messaging me, saying that ask your people to not make sound, this, that. And the gate of ours makes a lot of sound. So they are even more irritated. Okay, so this is the story. This actual thing which is happening. So now looking at this, let us understand the chitta. Okay. So that's what I wanted to bring to your notice, that how this thing works. So what Buddha says is that normally chitta is pure and bright. Pabhasaram bhikkave, pabhasaram idam bhikkave chittam. Panchako aguntehi upakilesehi upakilitham. Now the question comes where the kleshas are. Mark it if you forget. Kleshas are not in the ayatana. Kleshas are not there in the indriya. The kleshas are there in the chitta. Okay. So supposing somebody is a sotapanna, the sotapatti phala happens not in the ayatana. The sotapallapatti phala doesn't appear in the indriya. It happens in the chitta. Because from the chitta, it goes away. Now, where's the proof of this? Those people who have studied little bit of Abhidhamma or very much Abhidhamma can remember that Paramatha means Rupa, Chitta, Chetasika, Nibbana. That's all. There's no Ayatana there. There's nothing to do with Indriya there. It's only Rupa, Chitta, Chetasika, Nibbana. Four. So where should you get liberation then? Chitta. Where are you in bondage then? In the chitta. So where should the fetters be? Samyojana be? In the chitta. Please understand this. It's not ayatana is a problem. It's not the rupa is a problem. Example, the neighbor, she's not the problem. The window is not the problem. But the connection between the auntie and the window is the problem. Now that vijnana, which has come up, says that auntie is watching you. Chakuncha paticha rupe cha upajati has come anti vinyanam. Anti has come to be. Tinna sangati phasso. So there's a contact. Phassa pacha vedana. Now she is peeping like this. What vedana do I get? Dukkha vedana. She is getting what vedana? Dukkha vedana. So both are getting dukkha vedana. So now in my chitta appears dvesha. Why is she seeing like this? In her chitta appears dvesha. Why are they doing like this? Now, in this situation, who is right, who is wrong? I don't think so. Anybody is right there or anybody is wrong there. It is the chitta. So, a person who is purely onto Dhamma will observe with compassion that woman more than himself because her chitta is in dvesha. Just because her chitta is in dvesha, why should he be in dvesha? Makes no sense. But Ayatana makes sure that I am in dvesha. So people are sitting in the room and one of the students says, "Sir, she's watching. What we should do? What should I do? Let her watch." "No, but she's watching." "Yes, I know she's watching. But what we should do? Do nothing." "But she's watching, sir." "Now what do we do then?" "You have only two choices. You also watch or you don't watch." "But will she stop watching?" "No, because she's in dvesha. She will stop watching only when there's nobody in the house. Nothing that can be done. right? In that case, will you go out of home because she's watching you? Yes, you can do one thing, you can close the windows, put the curtain, and sit. Yes, but that didn't remove the auntie, but it removed the chakku from the equation. It removed the rupa from the equation. When the chakku and rupa are not there, mano will let go of it because it is not able to see. If she's muttering something there in her window, let her mutter. But I want to listen what she's saying. Why? Because the mano is saying, hey, she's abusing you. Where this abuse is coming? In the ayatana, where it is flowing, in the chitta. Again, dvesha arises. Why is she saying like that? Why don't I remove the window and blast her exactly the same way what she's blasting? So the first thing I have understood is it's not anicca, it is nicca, because she always does that, right? And that is dukkha. Why? Because she's doing like that. She's always doing that. Atta, not anatta, because she is fixed. Now I can replace this to a wife. I can replace to a husband. I can replace to a brother. I can replace to a sister. I can replace to an employee. I can replace to an employer, boss, manager, etc., etc. Same. So now we need to see 45.175 sutta to understand this better on fetters. This whole sutta is on that. Okay. So there are 7 fetters. So what Buddha is saying is that kamaraga anushaya, patigga anushaya, ditti anushaya, visikiccha anushaya, mananushaya, bhavaraga anushaya, avijja anushaya. These are the 7. So visikiccha, ditti both will go at sotapanna from the chitta. Kamaraga patigga will go at anagami. Mana, bhava, and avijja will go at arhat. So if somebody is having a doubt, can a lay follower be a arhat or not? That's not the way to measure at all. Has he left go of all the anushaya? That's the way to look at it. It's not a question whether bhikkhu can be arhat or bhikkhu can't be an arhat, or a lay follower can be arhat or a lay follower cannot be an arhat. That looks a ridiculous question. Another, somebody writes an email to me or messages through somebody that your teacher is fake. Fair. It's fair. The teacher is not you, and the fake is not you, and there is no student. Does it affect you? No. But if the teacher is you or I, and it becomes my student, and then anushaya happens. So sankilita, it's already polluted. Which one? Chitta. Sankilita, kilesa, is there in the chitta. So this entire seven of them are there in the chitta. So when that person writes, let him write. He has a right to write. Can I say he has no right to write or message? It's like the auntie example. Can she not stand at the window and see? She can. But that action brings in kilesa. Her very action of standing there brings in kama raga, kama raga anushaya, or patigha anushaya. So now I see her with patigha. She's striking. She's hitting my senses. So the mano will say, mana indriya, no, mana ayatana will say, vilas, vilas, look, 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 she's come. In the same way, vilas, vilas, look, Aryu has sent you a message, or Bobby has sent you a message. Okay, they can send a message, absolutely fair. But they have sent about something what somebody has said. Now, to make it happen, I should first be a teacher for truth and fact. And then the mana will come. I am the teacher. What does he know? And bhava, to become. I become a teacher. Right? And that's avijja. So, whatever that person is presenting in that message seem to be true. Because I'm having mana, I'm having bhava, and then I'm having avijja. Why? These three are not in me, they are in the chitta. So the sankilesa is starting from ayatana, because when I see the message, email, the eyes will only see it and say, there's something there. But the mana ayatana will say, wait, I know who this person is. Brings back the past memories and everything, and then pollutes the chitta with dvesha and pollutes the chitta with the moha. So instantaneously, I am not happy with that person. Right? I'm not at all happy. What happens is right that it appears on the face. Now, can you really be strict, disciplinarian, discipline, and not allow a person or a thing to happen? Yes, you can. You don't have to be affected internally, but you can, for maintaining the decorum, you can be strict. Because that's the role you're playing. So, as a teacher, I can be like that. As a neighbor, I can be like that. Meaning, I can take an action against that neighbor, not with hatredness. That means no patigha, no anushaya klesha. But I can take action whatever is required for that moment. If she's abusing, I can say, Madam, please mind your words. Don't say something like that. But if she insists on doing that, just leave her alone. In the same way, somebody writes something to me, and I can say, why do you say such things? He says, I will insist, I will do it. Okay, do it. It's your problem. Because it's just a reflection, nothing that is going to happen to you. Just because somebody is upset, that shouldn't turn you upset. But you can be strict, you can be serious. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. That's how Buddha dealt with people who came and ridiculed him. He doesn't have any bad intention towards them, but he doesn't take nonsense at all. If that was the case, then there were no need for discipline called as Vinaya. Why there are 237? Or as many as they are. That means so many offenses are there, right? They can be major offense, there might be minor offense, but there are offenses. That means people are going to be offensive. So you have to fix the field, right? And that's fair. So coming back to the subject is, if I take this as an example, two of these examples, it's the klesha in the chitta that has to be removed, and with that the samyojanas, the 10 samyojanas will not be there in the chitta. So Silabitta Paramasa, Visikicha, and Sakayaditti will not be there in the chitta. I'm not using the word mind, because in English, mind can mean everything as mind. So I prefer to use the word chitta. It's not there in the light. Chit is light. Chitta is plural for light, stream of light. In the stream of light, it's not there. And in Abhidhamma, this stream of light is called Chitta Viti. Viti is road, basically. The entire place is filled with light. Abhasaram idam chittam. Clear. So it is in 1.49 to 1.52. Anybody wanting to go into Anguttara Nikaya can read this. Abhasaram midam bhikkave chittam tanchako aguntehi upakilesehi upakilittam. Why did I take this? Because some people might ask, going forward, where it is written that the chitta is pure and bright. One question, where it is written that kilesa exist in the chitta. And that's a stupid question, but still they might ask the most stupidest question. And they will say it is there in the mind, as though mind is different than chitta. Some people are there who are very smart. Okay, that smartness has come due to confusions. It's not their mistake, it is the translation issues. So, upakilesa and samyojana. Samyojana happens when kilesa fills it up. So the first kilesa is visikicha, which is again samyojana. It locks. I doubt. So this doubting can be a sotapanna, meaning somebody says, I'm a sotapanna, other person might doubt it, saying that, how can you be a sotapanna when I am not a sotapanna? As though he should have become a sotapanna first before him, because he started the Dhamma before him. So that turns itself into abhijja. In the chitta, he has abhijja. So because he has abhijja, he thinks or she thinks that sotapanna is something restricted to him, not to anyone. So by mistake, somebody says that I finished it. He says, no, how can you finish? I don't agree. as though his certificate of approval should enter into his chitta. You know why? That person's chitta is different. This person's chitta is different. His kilesas are different. This person's kilesas are different. His samyojana are different. His samyojana are different. So why should then it so happen that this person should feel bad or not agree with somebody who is asotapanna? What's his problem? The problem is that he can't stand somebody being in sukha, because it becomes something like a possession. But he doesn't understand that this happens in the chitta, not with the person. So the kilesas are going in the chitta. They don't belong to anyone. The chitta doesn't belong to anyone. It's not my chitta. It's chitta. It just cleaning happens. Somebody said something on Dharma. The ayatanas stopped for that moment. So the sankhara samatha happened. And sabbupadi patinisagga happened. Tanha khayo. At that moment, the craving ended. Virago, it let go. Who? Chitta. Nirodho did not arise again. And hence Nibbana. So what happened? The three lower fetters dropped away. So if this chipping has happened, they don't come back in the chitta. How can it come back? There's no way. And that doesn't mean that raga is not there in the chitta, dvesha is not there in chitta, moha is not there in chitta. It is there, but the samyojana is gone. So in 35.232 Sutta, Sariputta explains this beautifully. It's not the I is the fetter, it's not the rupa is the fetter, it is the chandaraga and patigga is the fetter. Clear? And fetter means samyojana. And samyojana is related to upakilesa, accumulation of dirt. So, in Anguttara Nikaya again, same Anguttara Nikaya, I'm talking about Anguttara Nikayas only, 10.13 talks about fetters, Samyojana Sutta. It gives you 5 lower fetters, 5 higher fetters. So it becomes very easy for you to connect the dots. So if I synthesize it in a proper way, 10.13 identifies a Samyojana, 35.232 in Sayukta Nikaya shows that the fetter is not internal or external ayatana. It is happening due to chandaraga, dependent on these two. And Anguttara Nikaya 1.49 to 52 explains that the chitta becomes defiled by incoming defilements, anushaya or otherwise, and also can be freed by them. So what are we supposed to do? Free the chitta from kilesa and samyojana. Okay. Any questions so far? So basically, the neighbor is not the fetter, and the fetter is not the sound. The fetter is not the window. The fetter is not the house. The binding process is in the mind, where I want my freedom, my house, my right, my irritation, etc. So, what should I do on Indriya Samvara? I don't look at the sign of interference, which includes her expression, her tone, her voice, the number of times she looked outside her window, previous complaints, assumptions about her intention, stories against her personality. All of these are my intention. I will only hear her words, just understand her practical concern, reduce unnecessary noise, and do not collect any material for resentment. So, what did I do yesterday? I wrote a message on WhatsApp to the Hindi group who will be coming next session that you will be intimidated by this lady. Use it for anicca, dukkha, anatta contemplation. And you've been going to Vipassana retreat of Goenka. Will you sit and talk there? Will you giggle? Why don't you do that? Should you be put in a situation like this? And now that you have a situation like this, use it better. Instead of I taking the stick and saying, don't talk, don't talk, don't talk, you have a bulldog neighbor who is going to do that for you. That bulldog is going to jump on you. So for next 10 days, just ensure you don't irritate the bulldog. And if that dog anyway gets irritated, you don't get irritated because it's a dog. You have to come to its level to bark. So I wrote to these ladies who are going to come in the Hindi group. Use this as an opportunity to practice indriya samvara. One, anicca. The voice will come and go, but the mental voice remains. You see this? She will speak for 5 minutes, shout for another 10 minutes, and she will close her window and then she'll go. But I might be carrying that for days together. Because that's happening in mano ayatana. Mana ayatana. Because my mana indriya is not guarded. So my mana ayatana is going and eating. And what does it do? Keep on eating. Like the cow grazing. So then can I sit there or stand there or walk there and meditate? No, not at all. So-called meditation, I'm telling you, that's the reason Buddha Dhamma is bhavana, development, as opposed to meditation. Okay, so what did I write to these Hindi characters who are going to come here? So I wrote it like this. Lady living in our next door is sensitive to noise. Whenever she hears loud conversations, laughter, or other sounds coming from the house, she may look out from her window or sometimes express her concern. Rather than becoming disturbed by this, we can regard it as an additional condition that supports our practice. It is somewhat similar to the meditation retreats atmosphere, where unnecessary conversation, loud laughter, and avoidable noise are discouraged so that the mind remains inclined towards calmness and contemplation of the Dhamma. Hence, please do the following when you're here. Do not stand and talk in the corridor or outside the house if you want peace of mind, or she will tear it in pieces. While speaking inside the house, keep your voice low and ensure that the neighbor is not disturbed. At times, she may speak sharply or raise her voice. In such situation, observe whether raga or dvesha or moha has arisen in the chitta. Take few deep breaths and don't react immediately. And after she has finished all her vomiting in front of you, use that time for reflection on anicca. Any reaction she has given, any reaction you are wanting to give, is dependent on a condition, not that she's like that or you are like this. It has arisen out of a condition and hence it's impermanent. As soon as a condition is removed, that's removed. It's dukkha. Holding on to the irritation or displeasure leads to suffering. It's anatta. The reaction is not I or mine, it's just a conditional response. If you want to respond, respond. Else, just ignore it. It's not worth the peace. So maintain metta on yourself and restrain yourself from reacting. So the purpose is not to judge or criticize the neighbor, but to understand our own mind and develop further self restraint. So, this will be a very practical test on how much we have really understood Dhamma and whether we are able to apply in the circumstances similarly presented by this woman in our daily life. I am so grateful to that woman that she is exactly doing what I want. So that the students can understand it's not cushion meditation. You go some 100 kilometers away from the city and sit in one lousy place with some nice looking cushions and sit there as though you're constipated forever. The Dhamma has to be applied here, right now, in this situation. And that's what that needs to be done. So these 9 ladies who are coming here are going to have a nice time. And if I were to ask Veena also to join, it'll be 10th lady, it'll be fun. Okay, so basically, this is what the chitta is. The defilement appears in the chitta. The cause of the defilement appears in the ayatana. The vijnana is innocent, it doesn't know anything. It just reflects whatever it is. So it reflects an auntie. That's all. The next door auntie. Now, here, there are 9 ladies who are coming. Are there 9 ladies? No, there are 9 chittas. So to say, 9 into 6. How many? How many ayatanas? 6 ayatanas into 9. How many are there? How many combinations? 54? How many personalities can you see? 54. Including me is 60. If I ask Mrityunjay and Veena to come, it will become 11 into 6, 66 combinations of things. With one woman standing there, which is 6, 66 plus 6, 72. My goodness. It's 72 combination. How many permutations can happen? Minimum 72. But 72 into 6. Each one can have its own permutation. With eyes, with ear, ear, with nose, nose, with tongue, tongue, with this, like that. So 72 into 6. That many permutations. And hence it is anicca. So if I were to take a calculator in front of you and calculate for you 72 into 6, 432 permutations, or those many combinations, you'll get zapped. Right? And that's the dukkha. Because the permutation and combination doesn't seem to work. So let's assume I bring 20 students. 20 into 6, 120. That into 6, 720. So can I not see anatta? Yes, because so many combinations of things happening based upon a single situation. There's sound. Then the same combination depending on the site. The same combination happening on depending on the taste and the touch and the smell. And mind takes it all. It takes all the combinations and creates permutation. What it does is even more surpassing. 1 second. So, what is happening? Only this is happening. This many combinations, this many permutation. So there is no person. It's just accumulation of permutation and combination. Depending upon the condition, which is created by situation, the situation triggers a response, and the response can be through sight, through sound, through taste, through touch, through smell, and through thoughts. And all of this fall on the chitta. That's the load it takes. And hence, raga, dvesha, moha, the root, chittas, the root. That's the reason it starts with root. So there are three roots. Saragam va chittam, sadosam va chittam, samoham va chittam. Clear on this one? All good? So there are 8 diagnostic pairs in Chittanupassana. Root coloring are 3: Saraga, Sadosa, Samoha, Vitaraga, Vitadosa, Vitamoha, color, discolor. And then the disturbance, like that lady or like that message, what Ariu and Bobby has sent. Sankitta Vikitta, contracted, or Vikitta, scattered. The disturbance mode. Like that lady shouting can make it Vikitta, scattered, or it can make me compressed. I shit. Sankitta. Then there are 2 on development, which can develop the chitta in a better way. That is Mahagata, Amahagata, expanded or unexpanded. Sauttara or Anuttara, that is surpassed or not surpassed. Then there is one single thing, which is collectedness. All the 6 vinyana or the chittas which are spread out will now come together, which Buddha calls as unity, right? Is there in Salayatana Vibhanga Sutta. Somebody has not seen it, can go and see it, of the diversity and unity. Diversity is the 6 senses, and the unity is when the senses go into the 4 arupa realms. Keep that in mind. So samahita, collected. Then it can go into the arupa jhanas. Asamahita, cannot. Then the final one, release, is vimukta, avimukta. These are separate chittas. Please understand. They're not the same chitta. So how many chittas are there? 16. How many chittas does Abhidhamma present? Many. So should you go to Abhidhamma right now? No. First understand the 16 chittas. That becomes chitte, chittanupassivirati. Chitta is the mind, which should have been pabhasara. Chitte anupassana. In the chitta, what is coming is an anupassana. Then I go detailed into it and see, oh, my mind, or this chitta is saraga. Saragam va chittam, saragam chittam pajanati. I know the raga has arrived. And when that lady keeps shouting, sadosam va chittam, sadosam chittam pajanati, I know that it is filled with dosa. Why? Because in the ayatana, the data is wrong. I've personalized it. That means this combination is personalized. So when this combination is personalized, what should appear in the chitta is sadosa. And I've called her auntie because she was auntie from day one. They have landed there. So they came in 1990, and I was in my second year graduation. And from that time, I've seen her, and we used to call her auntie. So the chitta remembers her from that time, 1990. Now, 2030 will be like 40 years of seeing her. So, if I see that woman is replaced by auntie, it's moha. Why? Knowing her auntie is no problem, but knowing for sure she's the auntie is the problem. Because I don't agree with anicca now. It's nicha. She's been auntie from 1990. So I find nothing has changed in her, but her body has changed. At the time, my parents were there, and most of the time I used to spend at their home playing with their kids, because the auntie used to go somewhere and she used to call me, can you take care of my children while I'm not there? And I used to go and do babysitting at their house. Now those children are settled down in US and they have their own children. So can I still consider her to be auntie? No. Then fine. But auntie has come. Samoham va chittam. Why? Mano ayatana picked up all the memories of the past, combined it together, processed it, sent it to Chitta. Hey, Chitta, light on this. Put light. Turned red. Interesting, right? So, what if I clean the Chitta? Turns white. What happens to ayatana? It stops. So, the kilesa was there in ayatana? No. Kilesa was there in the Chitta. Ayatana got cleaned, so the Chitta got rid of the kilesa. So, where should I take action? In the ayatana. Through what? Samvara, indriya samvara. So, what should I practice? Should I practice taking care of ayatana or should I practice indriya samvara? And Buddha says, Vilas, don't play with ayatana, you'll get lost. Just to samvara. So, next time you see that auntie, just like what you did with VRI, which you keep on boasting, you did it, do the same thing with that auntie. As soon as you enter your home, don't make it your home. Don't put it as a neighbor. You were doing that with SN Goenka. Why can't you do with that auntie? They both are the same. You never entered Dhamma hall. Why don't you not enter? Why are you entering your home? Why? You are giving lecture that you did not enter into the Dhamma hall, which is very good. People are saying, wow, wow. But same rule applies here, isn't it or not? Yes. Then are you entering this home then? No. Good. Don't enter in this home. Don't enter into that home. Don't enter anywhere. Ne vidha, na huram, na ubhayamantare, esevanto dukkhasa. So with that, Vilas, is your chitta pure and bright? Should be, I think so. Because you didn't enter. So when the problem comes from that house, problem has arrived. Find a solution. That's it. So what should these people practice, including Veena? They should practice Rupa, Anicca, as far as the sight goes, because the sight, what I'm seeing, is conditioned. It's arisen and it goes away. Rupa, that Rupa is Anicca. It is viparinami, because parinama means result. Now, there is one place where Buddha talks exactly this. He says, Vasagga parinamim. Vasaga is relinquishment. Parinam. Right? So we need to practice it. So what should I do? I should do viveka nisitam, viraga nisitam, nirodha nisitam, vasagga parinam. It's in Sambojjhanga. And also in many suttas where he says how to practice. So these are the four things I need to do. When I see that auntie, to see whether the kilesa in the chitta is gone. So when I see message sent by Aryu, mail is there, or message is there, that's truth. That's true, accept it. Do I have viveka? Of what? Yoniso manasikara, ayoniso manasikara. Yoniso manasikara says that somebody is disturbed. Where? Can you do something about his disturbance or her disturbance? They have right to get disturbed. I can't go and say, hey, excuse me, you don't have to right to get disturbed. You can. But then you have to get disturbed because somebody is disturbed. That's viveka. Right? Yoniso manasikara says that there's no you to get disturbed. It's a condition. That person, for whatever reason, reacts in that way. And Aryu has sent that message to you. Aryu has just done the post office job. This is addressed to you. So he said, Vilas, here you go. Because I don't know what to respond to him. Absolutely true. In the same way, she is not jumping on the student. She's jumping on me because I'm supposed to tell the student not to make sound. Let's say. Because she believes meditation means no sound. That's her belief, which is true. Because if you look at Vipassana or any retreats, there is no sound. For the next 10 days, they don't make any noise. So she knows it. But here we are discussing, we are talking. So she's confused. What kind of meditation is this? I can't go and tell, look, madam, this is not a meditation session. We are doing mental development. She'll become mental. She's already mental, so she'll become more mental, which is not good for me. And that might create a dental issue for me because she's become mental. Okay, so what should I do? Just tell the herds, the cows who have going to come, shh. Viraga nisitam. Let go. It's a condition. Just let go. It's not you. It's just a condition. Situation. Situation has turned into a condition. Fine. Nirodha nisitam. This is a beautiful one. Once you let it go, nirodha happens then and there. then and there. No need for me to do anything. And even though Buddha says, Rupa anicca viparinami anyatha bhavi, here he says, Vasagga parinamim. What a teacher I have. It's the end of suffering. And hence parinamim. As desired, the result has come. As it should be every time. So what do these ladies going to practice while you're here? Anicca viparinami anyatha bhavi. And what do they get? Like Veena was asking me, after doing this, what do I get? You get viveka nisitam, viraga nisitam, nirodha nisitam, vasagga parinam. Okay, so that's the first root sutta, or rather the chittas, which I've covered, three roots, which is these three, raga, vesha, and moha. They appear in the chitta, not the chittanupassana of whatever retreats you have been doing. This is chittanupassana as indicated by the Buddha. I don't know what kind of retreats and what do they do there on Satipatthana, but through whatever I've heard, it makes me feel, okay, they have a lot more to get than what they've got. But this is what you need to get. Four things. Viveka nisitam, viraga nisitam, nirodha nisitam, vasagga parinami. In the chitta, then you get to see most of the time the chitta is vitaraga, vitadosa, vitamoha. And as long as it remains in vitaraga, vitadosa, vitamoha, it is in Nibbana. Okay, that's it for today. Any questions? Otherwise, we are good to close. Hope I took some good examples which are happening right now, and that would help. Yes, Harry, go ahead. If we didn't have any question, we can close. The remaining are only numbers.
Okay. Yeah. I think I may not be hearing this properly, so I'm not sure if I heard this properly. But sometime when you're explaining, you're saying when the mind sense door is not guarded, it's in this mana ayatanams realm. You're taking object from ayatana. But if it's guarded, you sometimes use mana indriya as the word.
Yes. Yes.
But my question is, even when it's unguarded, the indriya is engaging with its entire ayatana, or does it not?
Yes and no. If you go through the sutta properly, he'll say that the runner who is running the show is mano. Right? Mano pubbangama dhamma, not chakku, not sota, not kaya, not jivha, like that, right? So they are there. They are directors. They're sleeping directors. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the five. I'm talking specifically about this.
I'm coming there only. So these five give inputs, but the key decision maker is mano, right? Mana indriya, to be very precise. Mana indriya job is to be in viveka, which is yoniso manasikar. It somehow forgot. It just sent the entire data to the mana ayatana, where only experience can be formed based upon the labels. So now that manager is running behind these messages, trying to figure out what to do with it, because there's nobody to guide. The indriyas are supposed to guide, and the actual owner is mana indriya, which somehow doesn't have viveka, cannot discriminate. Oh, this is the right thing I need to do. This is the wrong thing I need to do. It has just become ayoniso manasikara. There is manasikara, but it's become ayoniso manasikara. So what do we do? It doesn't guard the sense door of Dhamma, right? Because everything we talk, we say, we do is dependent on the Dhamma. Like I say, the next door neighbor. Neighbor is just a title. There is no neighbor in real sense and truth and fact. But when I say neighbor, I can say good neighbor and bad neighbor. Why? Because one good neighbor is non-irritating, bad neighbor is irritating. Irritating is again a title for something which is dukkha. And that dukkha is called as irritation. And dukkha again can be called as agitation. Dukkha can be meaning displeasure. Dukkha can be meaning worry. Dukkha can mean 100 different things. So what this manager is doing is searching. Oh, hey, come on, give me that dukkha thing, right? Oh, what it is called as, oh, irritated. Got it, irritated. It just passes that buck back to the chitta and it gets colored with dvesha. If this idiot fellow, this fellow, mana indriya, would have had some discretionary ability, he could discriminate what should be done, what shouldn't be done, what brings peace, what brings agitation. If he had known it, he wouldn't have taken the labels to be serious. Na nimitta gahi hoti, nana byanjana gahi hoti. That fellow wouldn't have taken these symbols to be truth and fact and passed it on to the ayatana. He would have stopped there. So then the ayatanas don't have food. So with that, no having food, will they eat then? No. The sound came, it's gone. The sight came, it's gone. So the neighbor came, yes, she came, indeed, but there's no she in that neighbor. There is one body, which is Patavi Apo Tejo Vayo, standing there with Chak Ayatana, Sot Ayatana, Ghan Ayatana, Jivha Ayatana, Kaya Ayatana, Mana Ayatana. So who is standing there? Senses. Who are you? Senses. You are sensing, she is sensing. Over. She is sensing as a demon. You are not sensing as anything. Didn't that indriya samvara happen? Yes. If indriya samvara happens, what happens to the chitta? No raga goes into the chitta. No dvesha goes into the chitta. No moha goes into the chitta. Isn't that nibbana then? Yes.
Okay. So just to ensure I understand properly, so in either case, the indriya has to be engaged, but there are two different modes, two different managers. When it's a sane one it's a crazy one. And if it's crazy, it pass on everything it has into ayatana, which in itself it multiply and become a mess. But in either case, the indriyas always have to be engaged.
It is the indriya's problem, but it is now grazing along with the thieves, which are the ayatana. So Vaharaka went into the extreme view, saying that you shouldn't have ayatana at all.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little confused because you said if it's unguarded, it's just the ayatana, but I was thinking the indriya is always engaged. That's my
Yes,
question.
so I'm not talking like what is there in puredharma.net. I'm saying that ayatanas are there. Ayatana has no problem. The chakku ayatana has no problem, and the rupa ayatana doesn't have any problem. It is the chandaraga which has a problem, which this guy did not look at it. That's the reason Buddha says avijja, do manasa will take over if it is unguarded. Yavat adhikaram, that passage, if you read, he says it will take over what? Abhijja and domanasa. Aneka papaka akusala dhamma will take over. Why? Because the chakku indriya, the sota indriya, ghana indriya, jivha indriya, kaya indriya, mana indriya is not guarded. When you leave it unguarded, what will happen to the cows? They go and graze. It was supposed to be here. Then some idiot, that is idiot as in the case of mana indriya, because he's a lord. Mano pubbangama dhamma is a lord, is an overlord looking at what is happening. He went into sleep. If he sleeps, is okay. But he opened the gates. Just like in Shenial's home, you have that horse thing, right? Where you have making sure there is fodder in one place and a horse stable in another place. Just imagine a scenario, Shenial's daughter does not guard the horses and she puts them on the fodder. What would they do? If they are not even hungry, they'll go and keep on grazing that place, cheating all the time. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for explaining. I have clarity now. I have a different question, separate question. Last one. And I want to get more clarity on the exact difference between chakku ayatana and rupa ayatana. So I guess my understanding is if I'm looking at this computer and there's two objects, vilas and computer. So there's two things in my chakku ayatana.
Number one, what is an ayatana? It's a mental frame. It's not physical. Kiratan, a person called Kiratan was here. He had this misconception that chakku ayatana, chakku means physical eye. Day one, I blasted him so badly that if it was somebody else, he would have cried.
Yes.
Before you ask me, entertain any other things. So, chakka ayatana means field. First, you should know it's a field. If you don't understand, go to MN 148. It's a field. When we say a field is different than the place where it is residing. The place is residing is chakka indriya, not in the chakku ayatana. First, you should know that difference. So, if you say I'm watching vilas, it's not in ayatana. It is still in the indriya because the initial input is just to know what it is. There's no problem with that. Because that is still dhite mattam bhavisati. Okay, so you, like Buddha, when Sariputta comes, he will know Sariputta has come. He can't look at like this. I don't know who this individual is. So don't go to a wrong understanding. So the initial noticing sanya should be there. So there should be vedana that somebody has come. But it is upek rather than sukha vedana and dukkha vedana and adukha sukha vedana. Right? So this object you're seeing on the screen. Now, this object on the screen is vilas. If you don't put any further detail on vilas, then that's it. Then there's no dukkha. If you put any further details on vilas is this, vilas is that, he's an Indian, he's this, he's a teacher, he knows Buddha Dhamma, he make the entire story up. it has crossed the indriya into the ayatana where it started to grace. The chakka ayatana will not do it. The rupa ayatana will not do it. Again, I repeat, it is up to the mana ayatana to make this happen, make this magic happen. So, even though there are 6 ayatanas, the forerunner is mana ayatana. If it is ayatana, mana indriya, if it is just indriyas. Don't forget this. The difference between Mahavira teaching and the Buddha's teaching is in Mahavira, kaya takes over. He's having kaya danda, pachi danda, mano danda. Because he says that through kaya I'll control the mind. Because I can't control the mind directly. In the Buddha, it is mano you can control, not the kaya. Two different perspectives. So, if you ask me this question, am I seeing vilas? No. Even in ayatana, am I seeing vilas? No. That is there in the Dhamma, which is in the mano. So the chakku will give it to mano so that mano can retain it much better than the chakku. So all the experience you're having is in the mano, not in the chakku. And that's why the reason I blasted out Kiratan, that he was saying that my physical eye and the physical rupa. I said, who gave you this kind of explanation? And hence Buddha says manopubangama dhamma, because you can reflect back. Mind can keep on going back and back and back and keep on bringing that event. But Chakku can't bring it. Like, I, you and Chirag and Vrinda going to Googleplex, we can bring it back in the mind. But can Chakku bring it back? No. Can Sota bring it back? No. Can Ghana bring it back? No. Can the Jivha bring it back? No. Can the Kaya bring it back? No. Only the Mano can bring it back. Yes.
Thank you for clarifying. This helps a lot. I guess I had a somewhat a maybe misunderstanding on ayatana before, because when we were covering namarupa pacha ayatana, you're saying that this packet of namarupa eventually populates your ayatana.
Namarupa pache vinyana, vinyana pache namarupa. That goes in circle. First circle, second circle. When there is namarupa, comes into salayatana. The information flows into salayatana. But again, who is the forerunner? Again, you should ask this question. Who is the forerunner? And the forerunner, yes, and the forerunner can remember. Please take this. Can remember. It's a mind which can remember.
Mm. I guess in this case, practical example is that if I'm looking at the screen at you, my attention is on you, but my sense of field, the awareness, there are several objects already sitting there.
Yes.
In my ayatana.
Yes.
So is that my chakku ayatana then, or in my mano ayatana?
They're everywhere, including mano, but then your attention span is on this video coming on the screen. So for now, you are taking only input from there, but here is a catch. Your sota ayatana is coming and going because the sound is coming and going, which is, and the sense is made by the mana ayatana rather than that. And hence Buddha says, one things come and another things goes, is the word he uses in Anguttara Nikaya 12.61. Something by the morning and something it turns by the night, because each one keeps on handing it over. But since mana ayatana has the memory, it seems as though I is working independently, ear is working independently, nose is working independently, like that, but all of them arise and pass at the same time. Manu also arises at the same time, and hence it can grasp it, hold it, reflect it as though it has been there.
Yes, I think this I understand from your explanation that it goes around. But even for this example of just sight, when I'm looking at you, this peripheral vision already gives me several objects that's
Yes,
there
it
in
does. And all
So
of those objects appear in the mind.
Oh, so these are my mano ayatana, not actually my chakku ayatana.
Chakku will, if you just move from here to there, that chakku is fallen down.
Mm.
But mano will connect this and that together and say that, yeah, you saw there and you saw here.
Mm.
Because
But right now, I'm looking at many things at once almost. So
no,
are
you
those
can't. You can't see everything at once. I have explained this many times. It's just like 6 bulbs. They switch off slowly. So consciousness being there, it can take much data. Then if it happens that way, you're proving Buddha himself wrong.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not talking multiple senses, but even looking at your face, I think this water cup and this microphone is
It seems to be because mind can stitch it.
Yeah, I think maybe it's like an after image, let's say your attention rapidly fleets to different objects, right? So there is like an after image that's there, which the chitta, or sorry, the manu ayatana, stitches together, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, and the way the energy is coming from, it's coming from the chitta, so that it can do it. And having done it, that sends back the information to the chitta and hence gets colored.
Yeah, I think I think maybe it's like this short-term memory, right? Let's say we try to recall a phone number, or memorize some numbers. Like after we memorize the first digit, second digit, they still remain in the memory for some time, right? So I think it's kind of like that.
Or you can take it like RAM, random access memory. Yes.
Yeah, no, I think I have much more clarity now. So I guess if I scan through the room and memorize that several objects is there, but they're in the cache of the mano ayatana.
Yes. In fact, you can try this out. You turn left and turn right, and then half of the images of the left is gone, and only on the right is there. But whatever left it could take is preserved. So it will fill up the rest as though it was there. So when you see my face, there are many changes in my face, but you will not go every detail of it because the attention span changes. So you take little bit of everything and add it up.
Yeah, I think the most interesting thing, for example, and even right now, is right. If you close your left eye, you see one view, and if you close your right eye, you see a slightly different view. But when you zoom into an object, there appears to be a single object, right? Not like two different views. So I think that's where the mind stitches the sight from the left eye and the right eye together to really form that image of that person, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, you are right. That's how it works. And Chirag, when you are speaking, you are not on video for some reason. I don't know why.
Sorry, I moved to my phone, so I'll yeah.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah.
If you are in the most uncomfortable position, then don't have to put on the video. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess a new question arises then from this recent talk is that when we talk about guarding 6 sense doors, ultimately it's the mano indriya that has to be guarded.
Always. That's what Buddha says. Always, by default. I don't know why you're getting this confusion, Ariu. It's there in Dhammapada verse 1. Mano pubbangama dhamma mano setta mano maya manasa chepaduttena bhasati va karoti va. Have you seen anywhere chakku pubbangama dhamma chakku like that? Because dhamma is in mano. Dhamma is not in chakku. Chakku has only rupa. Saddha is there only in the sota. Gandha is only there in ghana. Rasa is there in jivha. Pottabha or the touch is there in the kaya, but mano can make up everything. And hence it is called manomaya. Yes.
Yeah, I guess my confusion comes when there's a chaku vinyana. So I thought that this object of chirag or vilas is in this chaku vinyana.
Yes,
But
obviously it is there, but because it has already been imprinted by mano, it will recognize vilas. Simple as that. When I see Chirag, the first day I met Chirag, when you introduced me Chirag, did I know he's Chirag? Did my eyes know it is Chirag? No, he said, what did you say while we were discussing on Skype at that time? What did you say? You have one friend. Do I know Chirag is your friend? No. You said, I have one friend. We used to go for transmission. Do I know what is transmission? I have no idea. Whether you are transmitting to him or he's transmitting to you, or you both are transmitting to someone, or somebody is transmitting to both of you, I have no idea. And you also told me that he is very skeptical person. He will not believe anything you say. I said, okay, because I don't know who this person is. Then one day you said, Chirag is coming on. Oh, I said, oh, he's an Indian. I still remember what I said. Oh, he's an Indian. He said, yes, I have an Indian friend, Chirag. I said, okay. Then you sent me one website link which were talking about the transmission and other things. So I went through that. Okay. And after you introduced me, this figure is Chirag. Did I know what is Chirag? Did my eyes knew? Oh, chakuncha paticcha rupecha uppajjati chakku vinyanam Chirag vinyana came. Sotancha paticcha saddecha uppajjati sota vinyanam Chirag voice came. Ghanancha paticcha gandhecha uppajjati. When I met him in the airport, did I smell like this? Oh, is this Chirag smell? No. So, but in the mano, you have been feeding me data. I have a friend and he's this, is this, is this, is this, is this, is this. So I created one image, except for this face. You only told once I have an Indian friend by name Chirag. And for the last 3 years, you have not met or something. You have told me that you used to meet and now you are rarely meeting, etc. So now he's coming. So I have told him about you and he's interested. So he's coming. But Vilas, one thing for you, he's very skeptical. He doesn't believe anything. Okay, you need to know. I said, okay, I need to know. Because in his opinion, all of these so-called godmen will fleece money. Ultimately, this Vilas also will fleece money from me. I still remember your word, what you said to me. How many dollars I'm going to fleece? I had planned it.
Very Chirag, if it's not entirely true.
Not entirely true. Okay, just making some more things up.
I'm just saying, sorry, Chirag, if it's not entirely true, but maybe my perception at the
No, you had told me. So anyway, leave it. So you both don't fight on that. I'm just giving you a thing. Now, he's skeptical, that you said, because he had had a bad taste earlier. That is agreeable. Now, do I know he's Chirag? No. So who recognized Chirag then? The Mano. Based upon the data what you supplied to me before, it added that with this name called Chirag and made a nice recipe. So from that day, whenever you say Chirag, an image is formed of this with beard and mustache. Supposing this Chirag comes one day with shaven head and no beard and no mustache, it will take few moments for me to say, who is this? Sir, it's Chirag. चिराग ये क्या हो गया तेरा बाल क्यों हट गए तेरा दाढ़ी क्यों नहीं है तेरा मूछे का क्या हुआ आई एम गोइंग टू आस्क ऑल ऑफ दिस व्हाट हैपेंड टू योर हेयर व्हाट हैपेंड टू मुस्टाच व्हाट हैपेंड टू योर बियर्ड व्हाई because I am not able to place it. The mana ayatana is having no food now. You literally deprived that mind ayatana with food. So without that food, mind is struggling to find out. So what does it do? It will go back to that image, whichever it was stored, and it has to erase it now because a new image has come in its place. So Chakayatana is giving a blank image. No hairs, no mustache, no beard, which is shocking. Sotayatana is waiting, but Chirag is not talking. For some reason, he's angry with me and he says, "So Chirag, how are you?" "I'm fine." "What's up?" "Nothing." "Are you coming to India?" "No." "Shall I come to US?" "No." "Why?" "I won't be there." "But why are you answering me like this?" "No, I always answer like this." "No, Chirag, you used to talk a lot." "No, sir, I think you are misunderstood. I don't talk at all." Now I'm even more confused because that Sotayatana is saying Chirag talks a lot. No, it is passed on to Mana Ayatana. Hey, there's some problem. This guy is a problem. Fix it. Okay. Now I come to San Francisco. Then you want me to come to Chirag's house. But I'm reluctant. Why? Because he didn't speak nicely to me. But you will say, I'm there, no Vilas. Why are you worried? We'll go. So you park the car. I'm just sitting. I don't know what to do. Why? Because this Mana Ayatana doesn't have food now. There's nothing to grace. So what does it do? It waits for food. Then Chirag says, I'm very upset with you. You shouldn't have done like this. So what did I do? No, you shouldn't have done like this. Now again it is deprived of food. Now the only thing it can do is to shout, blow blow it out. Or he will blow out, either way. Why? When the food is not there, there's nothing to be done. Let us say we three go to Googleplex for lunch. And it's only you who is speaking, and you go to washroom, and I and Chirag are looking at each other like this. Will there be anything to talk? He takes the bowl and goes away. And I don't know what to do here. Because Chakkaitana is gone. Sotaitana has walked away. Ghanaitana says that I don't know what's happening. Jivhaitana is eating. Kayaitana is seeing this discomfort happening. Manaitana is completely discomfort. It's waiting for Aryu to come back. And Aryu comes back and Chirag is gone somewhere. What has happened to him? Why he doesn't speak? I don't know. He speaks to me. Did I do anything wrong? No, I don't think so. You should have asked him what wrong I've done. I asked him, he didn't say. Do you know anything? Did he speak anything to me, to you, about me? It's been 3 months, he has not spoken anything about you. Strange, right? I don't know, Vilas is strange or no strange, but he has not said anything to me, nor I asked him. But why doesn't he speak to me? Ask him only, no? I asked, okay, when he comes, I'll ask in front of you. Then he comes. Then I ask him, Chira, can I ask a question? Yes. Why don't you speak to me? I'm speaking to you. Who said I don't speak to you? But my speaking is as per what he was speaking, say, 6 months ago. And he doesn't remember the way he was speaking 6 months ago for whatever reason. Now, this mana ayatana is in distress mode. It is putting SOS everywhere. The only good news would have been mana indriya cutting off this papancha. Then this whole problem wouldn't have been there. Whether Chirag speaks or not, you will not lose your sleep. If Aryu is there or not, you will not lose your sleep. Because there is Aryu, because there is Chirag, you can't get sleep. Because if they leave me and go, I'm dead. So I'm more concerned about they being there so that I live. Anything happening to Chirag is a problem to me. Because I can't relax. So any change in him, a little bit change that he didn't call me, this didn't happen, that didn't happen, makes me feel like fish out of water. That's the reality. It's happening in the mind, not in the chakku, not in the sota, not in the ghana, not in the jivha, not in the kaya. But since mind is trembling, it trembles the other five sense doors also. So you will feel as though something is happening in the body, but not really. Like when he took his bowl and went away, I felt threatened of losing Chirag. I have no problem with Aryu because he has not done the same thing as what Chirag has done. But what if Aryu also does it to me? In Hindi, it is called dhamaka. It becomes double dhamaka. Now I swear myself never to visit San Francisco again. But you are in San Francisco, Vilas. Yeah, I'm counting my days. Today is just one day, 16 more days. Today's second day, 15 more days. Why? I'm not getting any pleasure being with both of you. Because I keep on asking you, and you were not like this before. No, Vilas, I was like this only from before. I'm confused. I say, both of you are acting like this. Why? No, we are acting perfectly fine. You're making me insane. I don't know what you're talking, Vilas, but you may be insane or not insane, but we are like this only. I can't even run away from San Francisco. So what should I do? Each hour is a pain in the mind. Because the Chakwa Ayatana is showing Aryu is not talking to you. Chirag is not talking to you. Sota Ayatana is saying, he's not talking, he's not talking, he's not talking, he's not talking. So there's error coming. Ping, ping, ping. So the batch file has a problem now. You understand? This is how it works. And hence Buddha says, Mano Pubbangama Dhamma, Mano Setta Manome. Okay, I need to step out. I've crossed all the $1 million time what my wife had given me. So before she divorces and sends me out, and maybe I should go with her and finish the work. Otherwise, she'll say, my Chakka Ayatana has divorced you. Sota Ayatana has divorced you. Gana Ayatana has divorced you. Jiva Ayatana has divorced you. Like that. But anyway, so good question. And thanks for being there. Chirag, it's nice that with this beard, if you were to shave one day, and that would happen to anyone, that if he sees you without hair, without mustache, without beard, he can't recognize for a moment, for that moment, Chirag is dead. So he is, you can see his fluttering of chitta. So he'll ask, what happened? Why did you shave? Because he's irritated.
Or even the expression changed.
Yes, absolutely, because that's coming from chitta. See, in Abhidhamma, it's called mohamula chitta. Okay. So, like, Mrityunjay was explaining to people why I used to snub him earlier on Abhidhamma, because it was not the time to talk about Abhidhamma. Every time he used to meet, he used to take me about Abhidhamma. He says, no, only Sutta. It's not that Abhidhamma is wrong. It is good, provided you understand the depth of Dhamma and then you go Abhidhamma, it makes sense. So there is mohamula chitta. So the chitta is completely in moha. The mula, the root itself is in chitta, right? That's what we are reading now or understanding now. So the moment I understand Chirag, it takes me to the day I saw him on the first time on Skype to today in a second and say Chirag is changed. Then the next question I should ask him is, why did you change? He says, sir, I have not changed. You have changed, Chirag. He says, I have not. You have. I'm not. You have. I'm not. Now, this is not getting recorded anywhere. So, the chitta gets dvesha because here it is dukkha. Chakku ayatana has dukkha. Sota ayatana has dukkha. Ghana ayatana has dukkha. Jiva ayatana has dukkha. Mana ayatana has dukkha. My goodness, all the ayatanas are carrying alarms. So what happens? Blast. And this guy is shocked. He's supposed to be a Dhamma teacher or what kind of teacher? Did you see how he shouts? What is wrong with him? I don't know, maybe a dog would have bit him or something would have bit him, but I have never seen Vilas acting like this. I don't know, even I think we got a wrong transmission, I guess. Again, we got fooled after so many years. Why? Because these ayatanas have. What if I drop both of you? That's the right way. Meaning, before landing in San Francisco, I don't have San Francisco at all. I never landed in San Francisco. I've never landed to meet Aryu or Chirag or anybody for that matter. Will the dukkha come to me? No. You will take as given. So if he has shaved his head and mustache not being there and beard not being there, I would say, Chirag, you look more like me now without hair. That's one way to laugh it off. And saying, or another way to laugh it off is, you look good in this attire. That's it. No questions. Why? What made you? If he doesn't speak for a whole 1 hour, shouldn't give me alarms. Because it's his way of doing things. It's nothing to do with me. If he doesn't want to talk, fair. Why should I keep on pinching him? Chirag, what's the problem? बोलो ना क्या प्रॉब्लम है क्यों बात नहीं कर रहा है after a while he gets irritated of me asking bolo na bolo na bolo na what is there to do that he feels irritated because he doesn't know why is he doing like this so if I give space that's the best thing for me and for him because I don't know why is he silent it's good just watch your breath then after a while he speaks sir how are you I'm doing pretty fine How about you, Chirag? I'm fine. That's it, over. What to speak? Then you can speak about traffic. You want to talk about IBM? You want to talk Google? Then just shut your mouth and sit. So the papancha sanya sankha is not there. So the indriya guards the ayatana. Clear?
He became a shenio. Now you just put the shenio label on him. This is another shenio.
Yeah, it's his problem. See, if I were to go with Shaniel, will I keep on pinching him? Hey, Shaniel, how are you? You please speak to me. Vilasji. I don't like it. Hey, you are also an arhat. You can't say like that. He won't respond. Why? It's his nature. What's your problem? But I want to talk. Go to a tree and talk. Anyway, in his houses, a lot of trees were there. I should have made one tree as my friend. Whenever I feel bored, I'll go and talk to the tree. I don't have anyone to talk. Bobby is one tree anyway, but other than Bobby, there can be no trees. So then what to do? So we have to respect the current state. But if he speaks, I speak the word. If he doesn't speak, nothing. Or same thing with you, Ariu. If you speak, I'll speak. If you don't speak, no speak. Like what I used to do with Shaniel. Speak, speak. No speak, no speak. Yes, we are ready. She is now going to hit me for the last time. Okay? Okay then.
Thank you.
Good day. Bye-bye. Bye.